Well, hello lovelies, welcome to my quick lemon meringue pie video. Oh mate, this one is a little cracker. Alright, first we need 2 flan bases, okay? Now these ones are 160 gram, it says large pastry flan. I've measured them, they're about 18 centimeters across the top, so they are small. Alright, so we need to get 2 of them first. Now I bought these at the IGA. They were $4 each, but that's because I'm in a little river town and everything is so expensive here. So if you go to a big supermarket, you'll get them for about $2.50 each. Now you'll find them in the bakery section, usually where you get all your cakes and biscuits from. So the first thing we need to do is get out a plate and one of these little graters. You can buy these absolutely anywhere. Now you've seen one, you'll see them when you go out. Alright, so we want one of these little ones first. Now we want to grate just the yellow off of the lemon, okay? And we want to grate 2 teaspoons. So I just normally leave it like that and just gently go around, and you just want to grate the yellow off the top, okay? Don't go too deep into the white, just get the yellow off. And it's normally roughly 1 large lemon will do, or maybe not quite a whole one, we'll do 2 teaspoons. Once we've got our roughly 2 teaspoons, now I actually love lemon, so I don't mind if I go a bit over on it. Alright, now once we've done that, we need juice. Push down first, twist and squeeze. Oh God, I love them off the tree. Look how much juice you get. Alright, so that's 1.5 lemons. I know 1 lemon is just under. You get that. Now we need 300 ml of water in a jug, which is equal to 1 1/4 cups. We want to get our 1/2 cup of lemon juice and just get yourself a little strainer. These you can find where you find all your other little kitchen utensils as well. Alright, and we want to just strain it into the water. Just give it a little mix through and set that aside for a minute. Now we need to get 80 grams of butter. We want to chop it up in cubes, stick it in a bowl and set it aside. Now we need 3 eggs and 2 small bowls, and what we want to do is we want to separate and put the egg whites, so I just carefully go back and forth, egg whites in one bowl and the yolks in the other bowl. Once we've done that, we want to put our egg whites in the fridge just like that until we need them later. Now with our egg yolks, we just want to whisk them up with a fork and then set them aside for a minute. Now we need a medium saucepan and a whisk. Now we want to put 3/4 cup of caster sugar in there. To that we want to add 1/2 cup of corn flour. Now with the whisk we just want to mix it in well. Now we want to get our lemon and water mixture, and we want to just mix it in slowly while we're whisking. Once we pour that in, just give it a really good whisk until it's all no lumps. Now we need to bring this up to a boil on a high heat. So if you've got an electric stovetop like me, you want to put it on now onto high heat and give it 5 minutes to heat up. Otherwise you're just going to be standing there stirring for no reason while it's heating up. If you've got a gas stovetop, you're laughing, you can put it straight on high heat. Once our stovetop is ready to go, we want to put it on our stovetop. We want to continuously, we want to stir it all the time and bring it up to a boil. As soon as it goes to start boiling, you're going to just keep stirring. You won't see anything because all this steam will come out, but all of a sudden, you will feel it get instantly thick. Do that for a good 10 seconds until it's really thick, then take it straight off the heat. Oh, now I should have said before we put it on the heat, we want to line up our ingredients, because when we take it off, it's just go, go, go. So we want to put our lemon rind first, our chopped butter second, and our egg yolks third in a row, so we're ready. Okay, as soon as it thickens up like this. Look at that, it's incredible. Like that, and it does it almost instantly. Alright, so as soon as you go, oh wow, I'm struggling here, give it a few more seconds and then take her off. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to stir it for 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 10. Okay, now we want to add our lemon rind. Stir that in really well. Now we add our butter. And as soon as we can see it almost finish melting, shit, I'm supposed to do this really quick, good on me. Alright, as soon as we see it almost all melted, have our egg ready. Okay, There's a few little tiny bits left. In with the egg. Keep stirring it really well until it's all mixed in. You do it exactly like that every time, you will never have it lumpy. Look at this. Alright, so now what we want to do, is we want to set a timer for 10 minutes and we want to leave it sit there for the 10 minutes. Alrighty, 10 minutes later, give it a little bit of a stir. Now with a big spoon, or I just use one of my measurement cups, scoop it out and evenly put it on each one. Oh yeah, baby. Once we've done that, we just want to spread them out nice and even. Once we've got them spread out, we just want to get the spoon and we just want to make it all jagged all over. This is what the meringue will stick to properly. Alright, so make it all jagged. And now we want to whack them straight in the fridge for an hour. Just like that. You don't cover them, just chuck them in the fridge like that for an hour. Okie dokie, it's an hour later. So the next thing we want to do is we want to preheat our ovens to 220 degrees Celsius. We want to grab out a medium bowl, grab our egg whites out. We want half a cup of caster sugar ready to go and our electric beater. First thing we do is we put our egg whites in. Now we want to beat them on high speed until you go, oh, this looks like I'm beating cream. And then when it starts to thicken up a bit, as you would if you were thickening up cream. So once it makes patterns in it and you get it to go like that and it will stand up, it's ready to go. Okay, so it literally takes around the 2 minute mark or just under. Alright, now what we want to do next is we want to get our half a cup of caster sugar and we want to beat, and as we're beating we want to sprinkle a little bit in, beat, sprinkle, 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 beat until we've done it with the whole lot. Once you put it all in there, you just want to beat it for another 10 seconds or so and we are done. Look at this. Now we want to get both of our pies out and put them on a cookie tray. Now at this stage, if you want to freeze them, because you know you want to do it now while you've got lemons, you would freeze them like this without the egg on it, okay, without the meringue. Wrap them up really well and chuck them in the freezer. They'll last up to 3 months. Pull it out, thaw it out properly. Once it's thawed out properly, then you can do this egg process. So we want to spoon half of the mixture on each one. Try and see if you can get it reasonably even. Once we've done that, with the back of the spoon, we want to gently push it out until we get it to the edge, and we want it to just stick to the edge all the way around. I think it seals the meringue in perfectly. Once you've got it perfectly stuck around all the edges, you can then kind of like messily do it however you want. I'll just do it like this first and sort of get it halfish even, and then, you know, just do these sort of things in it. You want your little peaks coming up because they're the things that go all crispy. Once that's done and they're both totally sealed in, now we want to wait until our oven has got right up to temperature properly and it's really hot. As soon as that happens, we want to put them in for exactly 3 minutes it takes in my electric oven. So I reckon after 2 minutes, have a little peek at it because everybody's oven's so different. So just before you put them in the oven, you want to get out a cooling rack ready to go. If you don't have a cooling rack, grab out some skewers or some chopsticks. Alrighty, 3 minutes later. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to get them off the tray instantly. Okay, if you don't have a cooling rack, you just get your skewers and you just slide them underneath. And it just prevents it from sitting on the bench itself. It's got that little gap behind it, or your chopsticks. Now we want to leave them sit there for 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes later and they have completely cooled down. Now, if you want to, you can whack your kettle on and smash a slice right now. But I personally like it really cold. So, you can either stick them in the fridge just like that uncovered for up to 4 hours. Now if you want to leave them in the fridge longer, put it on a plate, get a big enough bowl to cover it, and you sit it in the fridge like that, okay? Sit it both in the fridge with a big bowl covering them like that, and you can keep them in there for up to 3 days. So bring it out, cut a slice out, put it back in there, 3 days, no problems. If you want to leave it out, like, you know, dessert time, whatever, and you've got them on the table, don't leave it out of the fridge for more than half an hour. After half an hour, put the bowl back on it and put it straight back in the fridge. Now, I made a couple last night, so I just want to cut one of these up because they've already been eaten, just to show you. Yeah, I made a couple last night just to remind myself it had been that long since I'd made them. And the 2 we just made then I want to give out to the neighbours, so I want to leave them whole. So that's been in there since last night. So hopefully you can see that awesomeness. Oh my gosh, mate. These are absolutely to die for. It was a bit rough there. Look at this. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves an awesome day and give this one a crack. It is really easy, and if you've got some gorgeous lemons, it is frigging beautiful. Bye!